I like to think of the award as kind of having two kind of arms to it. One is there's obviously the honor that comes along with it, but the second one is more of a responsibility. And so I have this unique opportunity to be able to travel and speak to various educational stakeholder groups across the state and represent teachers, which is really what this award means to me, is that this is the opportunity to represent all of the excellent teachers across across New York State. And be able to talk about this thing that I care about so deeply, which is the vocation and profession of teaching. There were excellent professors that took time to invest in me individually. And so I can think of Drs. Murray and Rossi and other teachers like that who were willing to kind of take time to individually invest in me as a teacher. And Brockport was really the place where I was able to kind of cut my chops in teaching and kind of learn about what my teaching style was and who I was going to be as a teacher. So I really it was the place that I learned about some of the theory, but one of the great parts of the program was that it also gave room for practice. And so Brockport was the place where those things came together. I actually did my student teaching through Brockport, and then eventually that kind of landed me a job. I was actually trained to be a teacher at Brockport. I came to Brockport with my master's degree already, but hadn't taken any education classes. So all of my education and teacher certification was done here at Brockport. So in October, I was named the New York State Teacher of the Year for 2013. It was a collaborative nomination with my district. I had already won the district teaching award, and my name had been at that point kind of been in a pool from winning another award. And so I'd actually applied for the award a number of years ago and was the runner-up, but reapplied this year and was selected after the nomination packet and essays and letters of recommendation, and then had an interview in Albany in September. It was a great chance to kind of talk to college students that were actually in my shoes, and I was on the other side of the desk not that long ago. But this morning we talked a lot about, I talked about mindsets, and it's based on Carol Dweck's research. She's a Stanford psychologist, and she kind of talks about there being two mindsets that people can have, either a growth or a fixed mindset. And really, mindset might also be described as kind of a worldview or a paideia. It's just a way that kind of all of us kind of see the world. And so I was really kind of pushing and challenging those teacher candidates to define what they believe, because what we believe necessarily impacts what we do. And so we were really kind of pushing a person with a growth mindset as somebody that believes that with time and with effort, I can do and I can learn and I can grow and I can do these really complex, challenging tasks. Where somebody with a fixed mindset says, no, I'm either good at something or I'm not. And they kind of close off the possibilities even before they begin. And that kind of sounds simplistic, but some of the research has actually shown that it really significantly affects students in the way that they approach academics and whether they put effort into something or not. And I just had the sense, given the dialogue and the energy of the room, I really felt a good connection with them, and I felt like it challenged them appropriately. And based on their comments, it was also pretty clear to me that they were thinking. And as a presenter and somebody that speaks, that's ultimately one of the sincere hopes that you have in walking away, is that students or any audience is going to be thinking deeper and going to be challenged. And I think ultimately they were today. So ultimately, I think, like so many professions and so many different vocations, it just takes time. And so we're not going to be experts at it immediately, and certainly I wasn't. But that given a little bit of time, I think you kind of perfect that craft.